Lots of people will say they're your friend. Most aren't. It's a question of what they will do when you're in need. And the kids nail it in this one. Come on, let's take a listen.
Are you about 20, 22? Yeah, okay. It's nice to have you back, Maria. Guys, I'm glad you're here. I'm going to ask you a simple question, okay? Should have a simple answer.
Okay.
Easy. So who's the smartest here? That wasn't the question, by the way.
She is.
Yeah.
Cora. Okay, Nevaeh, I want to ask Cora the question. Will you translate, please?
Okay.
Okay. Cora, how do you know somebody's your friend? What did she say? I heard her.
She said, I don't know.
Okay.
She said that.
That. Perfect. She knows. Cash, how do you tell if somebody's your friend?
If you ask them a question like, what would you do if I were in danger? Would you call for help or just go without?
Ooh. So, just that you asked the question, or is there something you're looking for in the answer?
If they say I would personally help you, because if they go for help, then it takes longer, and then you probably will be in danger, and then by the time they get back with help, you
Yeah.
might already be.
So you think the best friend would be the one who helped you right away?
Mm-hmm.
Could they still be a friend if they went to get help? Yeah. What if they went, ha ha ha?
You just know they're a rude kid.
There's no problem with those people, right? And what was the word you used? Wicked? Yeah. Who do you think they're probably most interested in?
The devil.
Well, or maybe just themselves, right? A lot of people worship themselves as their own little gods. So, but which is kind of playing into the devil's hands. You're absolutely right, Cash. Coy, you're an old man, or Coy, you're kind of getting old. You're 8, if I remember correctly, right?
You're almost 81.
Yeah. 81, 8, something like that. How do you know if somebody's your friend?
Because if somebody like doesn't want to be around you, if somebody doesn't want to be around you, they're telling you that you're that they just don't want to be your friend, and yeah.
Yeah. Well, sometimes they're real obvious and they say, I don't want to be your friend. Sometimes they just ghost you, don't they?
Yeah.
Like, where did he go? I thought we were going to, right? What do you think, Nevaeh? How do you know if somebody's your friend? Do you have any friends?
Yes.
Okay, I thought you did. And you've had people who pretended to be your friend who weren't too, right?
Yeah.
So what was the difference? Anything come to mind? Nothing? They're exactly the same? Or I'm embarrassing you by asking you questions? Okay, it's the latter. I'll stop. You know what's really interesting, Cash, is you picked almost exactly the answer that Jesus gave. How do I know somebody cares about me? And he said, you know,
Because when he got hanged on the cross, nobody came to help him.
you're right. Nobody. And do you remember what he said when he was on the cross? Did he say, God, destroy all these people? Did he say that? He didn't say that. You remember what he said? You remember? Father, forgive them, for they know not what they do. God had a plan in him dying, but certainly there were friends of his who maybe wanted to save him. Remember just the day before, Peter was going, Lord, I'll be with you everywhere. But he's off hiding. Other people who really needed him were cheering for him to die. So he was a friend to people who weren't friendly too, wasn't he? In fact, earlier he gives a lesson and he says, you know, how do you know if somebody's your friend? Well, if they'll lay down their lives for you. That's kind of what you were saying, wasn't it? You're pretty smart in your old age, Cash. By the way, Cash is over a decade old, so I think it shows. But that's what Jesus does too. But there's a lot of ways that we lay down our lives for people who aren't, it's not just dying, right? You ever seen a friend who actually did something for you just because of their friend and they wanted to please you? Friends do that too, don't they? They don't just disappear, right, Coy? Yeah, they often just show up when you need something too. That's one of the things that God promises us with Jesus. Hey, I sent Jesus so you could see what I'm like. I sent Jesus so you knew that I love you. And I sent Jesus so you have an example to live by. Follow him. as we talked about with the kids in VBS, make him the boss of your life, right? So you might talk about some of that downstairs when you go, but that's just our lesson for today, and that was a part of what we were talking about in VBS. So any questions, guys? Great job, everybody. And way to lead off, Miss Cora. Thank you. Okay, so if you got clearance, head on downstairs for Kids Church.
We're glad you can join us. We all need a friend like Jesus. If you have questions, comments, prayer requests, what have you, you can contact us here. In the meantime, we're praying for you. Will you pray for us? God bless you.